Hey, did you ever think we'd see the day when Casio, yes, that Casio would release a mechanical watch? I mean, this is the brand that gave us the G-Shock, the calculator watch, and a lineup of tech-packed digital and solar watches for decades. Mechanical movements? That's usually Seiko Citizen or Swiss territory. But here we are and things are starting to look pretty real. So today, let's dig into what we know so far about what could be Casio's first true mechanical timepiece, possibly called the EFK 100. We'll talk about what this move means for the brand, the specs that have surfaced, and what you should realistically expect if this watch drops soon. Let's get into it. Alright, first off, why is this such a big deal? Casio has built its whole identity around innovation through tech. From solar-powered G-Shocks to Bluetooth-connected smart models, Casio has always been in that digital, quartz, multi-function lane. If you're someone who appreciates atomic timekeeping and crazy durability, Casio's been a go-to. So for them to dive into the mechanical world, a space that values tradition, craftsmanship, and analog precision, it's not just a new product, it's a major pivot, even if it's just a test run. It shows they're paying attention to what watch enthusiasts care about and maybe even trying to reach a slightly different audience. But does it feel like a natural move? That depends on how you look at it. Now let's talk details because things have gotten a bit more solid in recent weeks. Thanks to a well-known Casio leaker called Gizgok, we now have more than just vague hints. The watch apparently carries the model number EFK100, and it's part of the Edifice line, which makes sense. It's Casio's more premium-looking series focused on motorsports and style. What's interesting is the reported movement, the Module 5755, which is believed to be based on the Seiko NH35 automatic movement. If you're into mechanical watches, that name probably rings a bell. It's a workhorse. Affordable, dependable, and widely used in entry-level mechanicals from micro brands to mainstream releases. It's not flashy, but it gets the job done, and that might be exactly what Casio wants for their first try. So what does that give you? A power reserve of around 40 hours, both automatic and manual winding, hacking seconds, and a 21,600 vibrations per hour beat rate. Plus, the watch is reportedly rated at 10 bar or 100 meters of water resistance. That's a pretty solid spec sheet, especially for something that isn't trying to compete with luxury, but still offers real mechanical value. Let's talk price. Based on the leak, it looks like Casio could be aiming for around $300 to $340 for a stainless steel version. There's also talk of a carbon case variant that might go up to $450 or $570. That's not official, and the leaker has clearly mentioned that these are just early estimates, not confirmed by Casio. But even then, how does that sound to you? For a Casio mechanical with a Seiko NH35, the base price seems reasonable. In fact, it aligns with a lot of watches using the same movement. But that higher price for a carbon version, that could raise a few eyebrows, especially if the design or finishing doesn't justify the jump. Because let's face it, at that $570 level, you start seeing some serious competition from brands that have been doing mechanical for decades. So if Casio's going to ask that much, people will expect more than just a new case material. Now here's where it gets a bit tricky. Casio's Edifice line has always looked stylish and sporty. So if the EFK 100 follows that design language, we might get a mechanical watch that looks modern and bold. But then again, people who love mechanicals often care about the finishing, the dial texture, the case profile, the hands, those little details that show care and craft. So the question is, will Casio carry over its usual Edifice design playbook or offer something more refined to match mechanical expectations? We don't know yet. But if they're serious about winning over mechanical watch lovers, they'll need to go beyond just tossing a good movement into an existing shell. Even small things like loom quality, bracelet comfort, and caseback transparency will matter here. One concern some people might have is whether Casio can bring enough mechanical soul into the design. Because with digital watches, they've got their rhythm. But when it comes to mechanicals, you can't just rely on specs. It's got to feel right on the wrist too. Let's say Casio goes ahead and releases this watch, just as the leaks suggest. Who's buying it? Well, this could go two ways. If you're already a mechanical watch collector, you might look at this as a fun curiosity. A new chapter for Casio, something different from their usual fare that you'd enjoy as a casual daily driver, or just to say, yeah, Casio did a mechanical, and I have one. But if you're someone new to mechanical watches, this might actually be a great starting point. A familiar brand, decent specs, no need to spend thousands. Casio has always been about accessibility, and if they price it right, this could introduce a whole new group of people to automatic watches without overwhelming them. That said, if the design feels too busy or the case is too bulky, things we sometimes see in the edifice line, it might lose the clean elegance that mechanical lovers tend to prefer. So it'll be interesting to see how they balance that. So how long are we waiting for this? Right now it seems like Casio is aiming for a June release, but let's be honest, until we hear it straight from Casio, we probably shouldn't mark it on the calendar just yet. Things can shift, especially with something this new. It's their first step into the mechanical watch world, so there's a good chance they're still perfecting a few details. Maybe they're adjusting the design, tweaking the movement, or finalizing packaging. Either way, we'd rather they take their time than rush it. But if everything stays on track, June isn't far off. It's kind of exciting to think we might only be weeks away from seeing the EFK 100 in the real world. Will it live up to the expectations? That's part of the fun. Waiting, watching, and hoping it delivers. So keep your eyes open and your watch wish list ready, because this launch could be just around the corner. So, is Casio really making its first true mechanical watch? All signs point to yes, and honestly, it's about time. This move doesn't mean Casio is shifting away from their digital strengths, not at all. But it does mean they're testing the waters of something more traditional, maybe even reconnecting with the mechanical roots of watchmaking. There's a lot of potential here, but also a few risks. If the build quality is there, if the pricing makes sense, and if the design feels intentional, then Casio might just pull this off. But if any of those parts fall short, people will notice, especially the watch community, where details matter. We hope Casio uses this moment to show they've really thought it through, not just spec-wise, but emotionally. Because for many of us, watches aren't just tools, they're personal. And Casio knows how to build lasting impressions. Let's see if they can do that in mechanical form too. So what do you think? Would you buy a mechanical watch from Casio? Are you excited or skeptical about the EFK 100? And do you think Casio can pull this off and actually compete in the mechanical world? Let us know in the comments. We really want to hear your take on this. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more deep dives like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.